average value of a function. So we have a function f of x, and the curve of f of x is right over here. So we have a purple curve, and then the definite integral, the integral from a to b, f of x dx, that is equals to the area under the curve of f of x, where x goes from a to b. One thing that we have to introduce next is the average value of a function. The average value, I call that a k. So what is k? How do you find k? K is a value. Okay, so the average value k, that is equals to the integral from a to b f of x dx, and then you take the result, multiply 1 divided by b minus a. So the result of this is equals to a number. So let's say k is equals to 2, k is equals to 5, k is equals to 10, so on and so forth. So this 5, 2, or 10, that is f of x equals to k. F of x equals to k is called a constant function. The graph of a constant function is a horizontal line that looks like that. So where do we place the horizontal line? That is the question. So the average value tells you where to cut the area horizontally such that the piece sticks out, will fulfill the gap. So we have a k, so that k is a horizontal function that cut the area horizontally such that I can take this area to fulfill this gap. So fulfill the gap. Fulfill the gap to do what? Fulfill the gap to make a rectangle. So now take a look. We have an area, right? So look at this purple area. This is the place to place the k. So the k cut the area horizontally, and then I can take this piece to fulfill the gap. So you take this piece, you fulfill the gap. So after this gap is fulfilled, so now we have a rectangle that looks like this. So this is where k equals to, so f of x equals to k is a constant function, is a horizontal line. So after the cut, these two purple area, they are equal. So before we study average value of a function, to find the area under the curve, we use a definite integral, a to b f of x dx, so that is equals to area. After we figure out what the average value is, so the way to find the area is easy. Just like finding the area of a rectangle, we take the upper limit b minus the lower limit a times k. So b minus a is the base of the rectangle, and then you multiply k, so that is the area of this rectangle, and the area you see on the right is equal to the area you see on the left, and this is called the average value of a function. So let's do an example. So let's say, let's pick a color first. Okay, so we pick this. So I have a definite integral. Okay, let me give myself some space. From 0 to 3, let's do a rational function. How about 2x to the third minus 3x, and then divided by x to the fourth plus 3x squared minus 5 dx. I am looking for the average value. So the average value, so this one from 0 to 3, right? So that means I have to multiply 1 divided by 3 minus 0. So this is a u-substitution problem. First of all, we let u equals to the denominator. So u is equals to x to the fourth plus 3x squared minus 5. So now it is a good time to practice your u-substitution on a definite integral. And then du, that is equals to 4x to the third plus 6x, and then dx, right? And then this one that is not equal to the numerator, so how about this? We factor out 2, so du is equals to 2, and then we have 2x to the third plus 3x. You know what? That is a minus 3x, right? So in order to complete the problem, we have to change that to a plus. So that's the only way to perform a cancellation. All right, so dx, and then you have 1 divided by 2, 2x to the third plus 3x, so that get rid of the top. And then we have a du equals to dx. When you perform the change of variable, and then the dx will be replaced by this piece, right? And then one other thing that we have to do is we have to change the 3 and the 0, because that is x equals to 3 and x equals to 0. So when x is equals to 3, we have a u of 3. So that is a 3 to the fourth minus plus 3 times 3 squared minus 5. when x is equals to 0, we have u of 0. So that is 0 to the 4 plus 3 times 0 squared minus 5. This is a negative 5. This is equals to 103. So now we do the change of variable. So we have a 1 over 3 minus 0, and then integral u equals to negative 5 and u equals to 103, right? And then the numerator, 2x to the third plus 3x, the entire denominator is a u, and then the du goes over here. And then the du goes over there. So we have 1 multiply 1 divided by 2, 2x to the third plus 3x, and then a du. Okay, cancellation, so get rid of this and that, so we have a u only. So we have 1 over 3, and then integral from negative 5 to 103, and then we have 1/2, right? And then times 1 over u du. Okay, so let's multiply the 2 and the 3. So we have a 1 over 6. The integral of 1 over u is ln absolute value, right? So that is ln absolute value of u, such that u goes from negative 5 to 103. The absolute value is not optional, because if you just do ln negative 5, that is undefined. ln of negative is undefined. So that's why you have to use absolute value. Okay. So this is a 1 over 6, and then you have ln 103, and then minus 1 over 6, and then ln, that will be a 5, because the absolute value of negative 5, that is equals to 5. All right, without the approximation, then this is our average value. So this is the average value, so average. And then what about the function? The function is f of x equals to 1 over 6 ln 103 minus 1 over 6 ln 5. So which is a horizontal line that cuts the area. So the piece that sticks out will fulfill the gap to make a rectangle. All right, so that is the end of this video. If you like it, you think this is helpful, give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next lesson. Signing out.